Hey Claire Bear, hello my love. This is May 30th, 2019, and you're at home sleeping, getting ready to go on your cruise. And unlike you, I can't sleep, so I came into the office ridiculously early to make some videos for you, give you some advice. And this is serious stuff. It's not your normal joking dad, but I'll be coming home in a couple hours to wake you up, and you won't see these until your Uncle Jay gets the videos done. But I want to talk with you about school and life, and just some things that I want you to think about throughout life. And I always act very, very sad, and I am because you're leaving soon. But it's not like you're leaving; you'll be coming back all the time, and I'll always miss all the times that we've had as father and daughter, father of a little girl, and but I'm so excited, I'm so thrilled to be the father of a beautiful young woman, which I am now. And a lot of times, most of the time, when kids go to college, they have these dreams. They want to change the world. They want to make the world a better place. They want to do all these amazing things. And I have bad news and good news. The bad news is that never happens. You can't change the world. The world is what it is. You can influence a lot of people in the world, but you cannot change the world, not the world. But what you can change and perfect is your world. Everyone has their own world. I believe the world revolves around me, but I'm not talking about planet Earth. I'm talking about my world. And I want you to always think that same way with you. And you are the center of your world, and your duty to yourself is to make that world a better place. And I know you will. I know you'll succeed. And I just can't wait to see you do it. So I want to talk about something that I want you to think about all the way through life. And that is your story. Whether you ever write a book about Claire Overstreet or not, or whether the story is ever told, really doesn't matter. But all of the time, I want you to be thinking about, at the end of your life, is the story, number one, going to be worth writing to you? And number two, much more importantly, is going to be worth reading? Was it a life well lived? And I know that I've always been a very open book with you and your brother, and a lot of folks will probably say that's not the best parenting in the world, but I never considered myself someone who was raising children. I've always thought once I got my mind around being a dad and what it means to everyone, but mostly what it means to me, I'm not raising kids. I'm helping shape adults, and I think I could be more proud of the adult that you've become and that you're becoming. And I will take just a little bit of the credit, but not much of it. And I also know that I always make a joke out of things, and that frustrates the hell out of you a lot of the time, and it does everyone in my life, in my world. But that's by design, and the reason that I've chosen to be that way is not so that I can be the funny guy. It's so I don't take things too seriously. I've been in some fantastic situations in life, and I've been in some very, very challenging situations in life, and I always find humor in it. The jokes that I tell pale in comparison to the ones that I don't, that are just inside my head. And I think that's one of the keys to life and to happiness and being content with yourself, is not taking everything so seriously. You're going to make some mistakes. You're going to get in trouble in whatever that happens to mean, and make a joke. Just remember, you're adding it to your story. You're going to tell this story, or someone is, about Claire Overstreet, and the fact that you came through hard times with a smile on your face and a giggle in your voice will be the best part of the story. And just always keep that in mind. If there's one thing that I want you to always try to be, is fearless. Absolutely fearless. And I don't mean intentionally doing dangerous things that can get you hurt. You're way, way too smart for that. That sounds like something maybe your old man has done. But I want you to not be afraid of anything. And remember, this is just your life. So when something feels right to you, for you, do it. Don't do things that are stupid. Don't do things that you know will get you hurt or get you in trouble. But you're going to have thousands of decisions to make throughout your life, and you're going to make the right one thousands of times, and you're going to make the wrong one maybe as many times, and that's okay. It's absolutely okay. I think the people in the world that have the most regret are the ones that were afraid. They didn't take chances. They didn't follow their heart. They simply did what they were supposed to do, or what family or friends or society said they were supposed to do. And that's not where I want you to be at the end of your life. I want you to look back and maybe regret some of the things that you did try, but you'll never regret that you didn't try. And that's huge. That's absolutely huge. And so with that whole fearless thing, in addition to not being afraid to do things, don't be afraid to fail, because you will. And when you do, you just learn from it, or maybe you don't, and that's okay too. But as importantly as not being afraid to try things and do things and take chances. And speaking of taking chances, you're going to do things that I absolutely disagree with, but that's okay. Your life is not mine to live, it's yours. And I will absolutely have your back no matter what it takes. I'm there for you as long as there's breath in my lungs. I will be there for you, honey, and maybe even beyond that. But back to not being afraid. Don't be afraid to try something. Don't be afraid to fail. And just as importantly, don't be afraid to give up on what you're trying to do if it's not working for you. Don't be afraid to say fuck it and move on and do something else, or do nothing else. But don't get yourself into a situation, and I have nothing in mind because it could be anything. It's a totally unwritten story at this point. But don't be afraid to quit if something isn't working for you, because remember those unhappy people because they regret not trying things. I believe the only people in the world that might be as unhappy or more unhappy than those folks are the ones that tried something, or got themselves into something, or took a job, or got into a relationship or something that was bad for them, or that didn't help them grow, didn't add to their story in a good way, and they just stuck with it. They just stayed because they were afraid. They made a decision. The decision turned out to be a bad one, so they're afraid to make another decision, and that's wrong. They made the decision, which was good. It was wrong, which was good. It's part of growth. They didn't step out of it. That's what's bad. Do not be afraid to walk away. And I don't think I would have known any of these things without you and your brother making me a dad and teaching. As you were learning to grow up, so was I. And I think you've done a better job than me. But the attitude that I have on life, and the fearlessness and everything that I hold dear to myself, a lot of it comes from the two of you, and I can't tell you how much I appreciate that. But children, you people, I guess you're not kids, have enriched my life in so many ways that I can't even think about counting them. But also, don't be afraid of that. Don't be afraid not to have kids. Maybe it's not right for you. I will disagree with you if you make that choice, because I want grandkids. But if it's not the right thing for you, it's not the right thing for you. But I'll tell you, the one thing that you'll miss is your children are the only people that you can feel truly unconditional love for. And there's not a terrible thing in the world that exists that you or Kevin Jr. could do that would make me stop loving you. And that's not true for anyone else in the world, to me. And that's the way people are. It's the way God made us. And so I encourage you to have grandchildren, a boy and maybe a girl. But honey, I want you to know that I'm always here for you. Even when I seem like I'm not, you and your brother are always on the top of my mind. You're on the top of my list of everything that matters. And, you know, one of the things that I teach people in business, and it's what I talk about a lot, is that it's so important to be different, to stand out. And that's very, very true in business. And I think it's probably true in life as well. And that's not something you have to worry about. You are a truly unique person. There's no one like you. There's no other Claire Summer Overstreet in the world. And the mind that you have, the sense that you have, and maybe the intelligence, and just the happiness, the positive attitude that you have at all times is amazing. And I want you to always keep that. You're a happy person, and that means everything. So many people are just miserable with their lives, or just miserable with themselves. And I just don't see that ever happening for you. And I'm so proud of that fact, because you just have the one life. Trust me, it's going to go by quickly, and you're going to be an old lady, and you're going to be making a video to your kid who's about to go to college or something like that. And it's going to blow your mind how quickly it all passes. And you get one shot. You will never get younger, and you can never undo something that you did, but you can also never do something that you failed to do, that you failed to try. So don't worry about being different, because you have that. Be fearless. Be absolutely fucking fearless. I love you.